welcome back.
Hi! Welcome to Real Talk with Docs. I'm Dr. Mia.
And I'm Haley Morris, the massage therapist.
Fabulous massage
interviewer.
therapist.
Thank you.
Voice of the people.
Yes,
Voice
thank
of
you.
the people.
That is quite a role. I'm gonna drop right into that. That was so serious.
I know. Well, I was supposed to be Dr. Mia.
In this episode or segment, we are going to dive a little bit deeper into Mia's perspective with Reichian Breathwork. And yeah, do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Sure. So basically, my growing up, I knew nothing different than to vocalize, to cry. If something didn't feel right, I was allowed to express myself. I was allowed to cry. No one shut me up. I certainly wasn't a whiny, snotty type of a kid either. You know, it's that comes with.
I don't get that vibe from you.
I was a loud kid. I'm very loud.
Which
but
is
I know
very
different.
Yeah, this is very different than how millions of other people, billions of other people are raised. And
Yes.
I want to highlight Dr. Mia's point of view in this segment because, as we were talking about before we hit record, Mia was raised in an environment where she can be free and be loud and vocalize her needs and not be shut up. And in the Western world, as far as I know, in the childhood I was raised in, it is not okay to cry, it's not okay to make a fuss, and it's not okay to you're being a hassle,
and it's not okay to explore your own sexuality. Don't forget that. That's a huge part of it.
That's a big part of it.
That's a huge part
and
of
we
it.
can do a whole episode about that.
And that's coming, my friends.
That is on its way. That's really great. And so I just want to highlight that Mia's perspective is different from many other people, and she doesn't know any different. She doesn't know. She understands how other people were raised, but she comes to the table with a very unique perspective,
An experience. I come with 56 years worth of experience, and a life well lived. And I still continue on, and I've had a lot of ups and downs and bumps in the road as well, you know.
Yeah.
But how we heal, how we deal with life, how we live our cure. We're gonna come up against shit. Our bodies are going to, as we age, things start to break down. That's just part of it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean you have to get old. It just means that we now start to deal with whatever stressors that we have suppressed in our bodies, whatever we've suppressed, I've suppressed.
Yeah.
I've had crap in my life. You can't live in today's day and age and not have shit happen. I don't know how else to put it. You know, we all have chemical, physical, and emotional stress. And financial stress falls, you know, all of us are experiencing that. So, you know, these are all things that create tension, and it's not always the best, you know, when you're in an office to sit there and start screaming and crying because, you know, I'm feeling.
How has been navigating your upbringing and being vocal and not having those walls around you? And how, like, integrating into life. I know going to the grocery store with you, anywhere we go really together, anytime you go outside, she's like a magnet, I'm telling you. We have a great time, we laugh, we throw our heads back. It's the belly laugh that everybody wishes they could have every day. That's Dr. Mia. She is super fun to be out and about with.
Thank you.
Just a total magnet of vibrancy and energy of all sorts.
You're embarrassing me, Tom.
Okay. She attracts wild creatures. No, I'm just kidding. So how has that been for you? Like, how is it integrating in
I created
society?
Breathe Health Center and Services. That's how it is. That's what I had
That's
to
your
do.
outlet.
is to create this amazing clinic where I get to live my cure along with all of my patients, and to bring everything that I know that works, that helps you to live the life that you want, in the body that you want, to feel the way that you want.
Yeah.
So that's how it is. And then yes, in certain sense, I always have to put on certain airs.
Yeah.
I always have to protect myself. I always have to be super spidey senses around me just to make sure that
You're
I
safe.
am safe.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
That's just me. I'm very sensitive to energy. I'm very sensitive to energy. You know,
I've had a hard time navigating that, being sensitive and trying to protect myself, and like going outside and being around a lot of people, like going to the fairgrounds or something as an example, or going out to an event or a festival or something like that. It is hard to shut down the baby crying that I see, and then the family dynamic that I see being played out that maybe not be as healthy, or something that I would see as ideal for myself. And that's difficult. It's a skill in itself to break all of this down, right? And then also learn how to integrate and be with the masses. How do you center yourself? Do you do it with breath? Do you do it with thought patterns? Like, what do you do
all the
to
above.
center yourself?
I am breathing deep all the time. You may hear me every once in a while be like, you know, I just get really loud. Your brain and your nervous system is resetting every 20 minutes.
Oh, that's good to know.
So
love the tidbit.
There you go. And if you're taking deep breaths, if you're taking time for yourself, if you're getting up and you're moving, and you're not sitting in the same energetic pattern constantly.
Okay.
So movement is life.
Movement.
Okay, you gotta move when we breathe.
Yes. Movement.
You're breathing, you're moving.
Breathe
everything
all the
is
way
moving.
into the very bottom tippy tips of your lungs.
Hey, we're gonna get our X-ray. Sorry.
I love it. I love that. We were just I was actually just having a conversation with somebody else last night about breathing all the way deep into your lungs, all the way down here, not just into the chest, into your belly, and also expanding the very, very bottom tips of your lungs. And movement allows for your lungs to take in that capacity of air.
Well, when we also, yes. And when we armor, when we start to tighten against emotion, there are general places that we all tighten. In our jaw. I mean, how often in our jaws, our throats start to close. Our lungs, we breathe shallowly. That is a way to go inward and to breathe and protect. Our pelvis deep inside, it locks, it tightens, everything, and it all contracts with these fossilized emotions. Right? And as we breathe, as that happens, then it loosens, right? Everything begins to loosen. I know I'm going off on a tangent. I'm not exactly sure where we were going with that, because
I was also gonna ask, this made me think of, going off topic, the chakras. Because you're hitting on these points, the voice, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus. It is where we
the root chakra.
Yes, we're holding and armoring all of these points in our body, and it eventually, when you're armoring this, you're armoring this. You're armoring your crown. You're armoring your third eye.
Protection.
Yes.
And as you breathe, as you release, as your pelvis opens, as your lungs open, as your jaw relaxes, as your face relaxes, everything opens, then your chakras will also open and start to flow. There's also processes here at Breathe Health Center that we do help you, again on a tangent, with the frequency, your frequency.
Yes.
Frequency healing, frequency tuning.
I was actually going to mention that.
Sound
not
bowls.
Even going off. Yeah. The reason why we have this background is because sound healing is a trending experience.
It is, yes.
It is trending right now, and people are starting to awaken to the healing properties of sound baths and sound therapy and hitting different frequencies in the body. And everybody resonates with different frequencies. Everybody's different, and Whereas the throat for me is a really sensitive area, and I've experienced tightening of the throat before and stressors. That's typically where my stress is held. Somebody else might get tummy aches, and yeah, everybody holds things differently.
Anything that you have chronically going on, you can pretty much guarantee that there is some form of hypoxia, lack of oxygen in that tissue.
And we will have a sound healer. In another segment, we will bring in a sound healer.
Healer, frequency heal. He works also the biofield tuning. Yes. Which you asked me a question. These two treatments are yet another way that I help to keep myself centered.
Yes.
I am very empathic. You can't be a somatic worker and not be. It just goes hand in hand. Yeah. You understand that as a massage therapist working with people day to day. Yeah. And I find that when I have these processes, when I do these treatments, it helps to clear away everyone else's noise.
I'll also say, on a regular basis, because self-care is very important.
And it's consistency.
Consistency is key. Probably most of my clients would say that's my mantra. Consistency is key. It's not because I'm trying to book you. It's not because I want your money. It's not about that. It's about you. It's about you getting the care that you need.
Yes.
And when you it's not about the money. It's not about any of that shit. It is about you dropping the money so that you make the commitment to yourself. So that you say to yourself on the get loud.
Oh, get loud. I was not even paying attention.
I was paying attention to it.
Okay.
But anyways, it's about consistency. And when I have clients come in and say, I have this problem, that problem, this problem, that problem, I'm like, first of all, let's look at your consistency. What are you doing and not doing each week where you could be adding time in for yourself? I see you doing all this other shit for all these other people, for your corporate job, for your kids, for your this, for your that. You know what? At the end of the day, you go to bed with yourself.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, you're feeling your aches and pains laying in bed by yourself. Are you consistent? Are you happy with the amount of time and love and energy that you're putting into your own body? If you're not, then change it.
Absolutely.
Then make the commitment.
But that's the key.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yes.
Then change it. If it doesn't work, but if you are stuck in an armored body,
yes,
you don't know the difference.
Yes.
You don't know the difference between that's not normal, this isn't right for me, to this is.
Yeah.
So you got to start someplace.
Be consistent.
And it's consistency. I fully agree with you.
So how often do you do sound healing?
I do it at least as often as I can, but once a week minimum is what I like to do.
Yeah.
I get adjusted once to twice a week. I will do the tuning fork healing, which I absolutely love.
Yeah.
At least once a week, sound bath once a week. I am working on acupuncture, massage at least once or twice a week.
Yes.
I mean, this is my vessel. I have to take care of myself.
And for all the people out there that say, I don't have time to do all of that, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
that is a story that you're telling yourself, and that's part of the armoring that you're holding in your body right now.
Yes.
You saying that to I can't tell you how many times I've heard that, and it irks me. Because you have time to, you have
time to flip through your Instagram, wasting time. I see people all the time spending money on things like
they don't
having your nails done.
Yeah. You don't need that.
Go get a massage.
Go get a
spend
massage.
some time on yourself.
Yes.
Go get a sound healing. Come in for a breathwork session. Do something.
You're getting your eyelashes done.
Exactly.
You've got your toenails are done. No one's looking at your toenails, to be quite honest with you. No one's looking at. Okay. Nobody's looking down there.
Now, if doing your toenails makes you feel good, well then fine, do it.
But going to the nail shop for me personally has always been a chore. I don't love it. It's not fun to me. I've only recently just started, in the last couple of years, just started changing the narrative on that and saying, look, that's me time. That time is for me. And I give so much to other people. I give to my clients. I give to the people around me, my family, blah, blah, blah. The story goes on. But at the end of the day, you're just with you. Like, did you
Yeah.
take care of yourself today?
No.
Did you drink enough water? Did you?
That's key too.
Yes.
You have to be eating
And you're
well,
not flooding
you have to
yourself.
be drinking your water. You have to be
Yeah.
taking care of yourself.
We're not
And-
talking about chugging either. We're talking about water consistently throughout the day. What did we just say? Consistency is key.
And you need to be nice to yourself in your thoughts.
Yes.
Okay, we are thousands, what is it, over 100,000 times a day, you're gonna have the same thing going into your head, going through your head, in mind.
Yeah.
That ticker tape. Be nice, change the narrative, as she said, change the narrative. Start saying, I like myself.
Yeah. I don't
You
have
know?
time for that. This, that, and that's bullshit.
You
I
have
don't want to
time.
hear that.
You
That's
have time.
crazy.
I deserve.
Yes.
I deserve.
Yes.
That is, and these are all ways that I too will do on a day-to-day,
Yeah.
you know. I talk to myself all the time. I love to write. I love to write. I love that whole feeling of thinking something and translating it through my arm onto a piece of paper and then reading it.
It's another way
That-
to get it out of your body, right? Like, instead of holding it
Expression.
here and you're getting it out, it's physically coming out in a way.
In a way. In a way.
Only so far.
It's still, I mean, I think it's important for any sort of consistency that if you're gonna start something, so, you know, I had somebody tell me that before they go to sleep at night, everything bad that has ever happened to them always comes flooding through and they can't control it. That's not true.
You can control
You have
it.
absolute control, and you start by, I said, the way I would start to change that is when I get into bed, I'm going to start actively thinking about all of what is going right in my life.
Yeah.
What feels good? What did I do today that made me happy? What did I
Yes.
do yesterday? And eventually I'm gonna fall asleep with that feeling
Yeah.
as opposed to this nightmarish feeling of, I'm no good, I'm a piece of shit, I didn't do this, I didn't take care of that, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then that becomes,
It's just a bunch of garbage that you
that
tell yourself.
becomes the ticker tape of your life, and if you start to look around yourself, that's what you create.
Yeah, it is absolutely true.
You're gonna
You're
create what
manifesting.
you are.
You're putting out that
thinking.
frequency, and to bring it full circle to the sound healing thing.
Yeah.
Frequency, sound healing is directly related to different frequencies that are like hitting different chakras in your body. When you put out the frequency of I am the shit, I am super awesome,
Right.
I am killing it in life right now,
Right.
I got a bunch of stuff done today, even though you didn't. It's okay. It's okay. That frequency is what you want to ride on into the next day. And your body, to bring it full circle again, your body keeps the score. It
Mhm.
does.
Mhm.
It's listening to what you're saying. It's
Everything.
listening to your thought pattern. And
Everything.
when you change, this has a lot to do with Taoism as well. I think the Power of Now might touch on this, that book, The Power of Now.
But it's also scientifically proven.
It is scientifically
Every single
proven.
cell.
And if you don't
which
know this,
is-
you're behind.
You have every single cell is full of aqueous water fluid, full of fluid. And that fluid resonates. It goes, if you go even down into a more molecular level, there's a frequency, and that frequency can be changed through thought pattern,
Yes.
through talking. So if you're talking to your water, or you're talking to yourself, and you're talking to yourself, I'm no good, I'm this, I'm that, your cells are resonating with that.
Yeah.
And that's what's, and guess what?
We
Your
all know-
subconscious is going to create it.
Yeah.
That's what will happen.
We all know the study about the water, where where you spoke to different water
Said different
cups,
things to you.
said different
right?
things, and when they're crystallized or frozen, they one
Show.
of them was beautiful and the other one was not. I'm not explaining this well, but
You're explaining it well enough to where it is
We all know it.
understandable. Right.
yes, we
It's
all know the
understandable.
study. So why aren't you talking to yourself better? Why are you not saying when you go to bed at night, I am the shit. I got a lot done today. I am so cool. I'm killing it in life. These are things that need to change and need to
Absolutely.
happen. So
Absolutely.
to bring it back to your routine,
Me?
you were saying to stay consistent with your care. I love that because that's my mantra, and I tell all of my clients, look, I know you're feeling great right now, but it's going to set in. You're going to set in back into your life in 72 hours. This feeling might wear off.
Yeah.
I know, because it happens to me when I get a massage and I leave, and then 72 hours later, I'm like, damn, I want another one.
Right.
Because that feel good, man, there's nothing like it.
Right.
And it's because you took that time for yourself and you're breathing life into yourself. And then you go back into your old patterns and your old ways. Those need to change.
Yes.
Those need to change in order to keep the consistent bliss in your life.
Yeah. Yes. And yes.
So, to recap, in order to stay protected and feel good and continue in your life, like on that same vibe, you do sound healing, acupuncture, chiropractic.
I breathe. I cry every day.
You pour time into yourself, and
Absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely.
You exercise, which is like
I'm working on getting better at that. Yes, there's my, I am working on getting better at that. I have to.
So she's not.
I
perfect.
practice.
She's
I'm
not perfect
in any way, shape,
but
or
she's
form.
amazing.
Okay. Embarrassing. Okay, so one of the things you had asked me before was misconceptions about breath work.
Oh, this is a good one.
And one of the things that I think is a misconception with anything is that I'm going to go in, I'm going to breathe, and everything's going to fall away.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in, I'm going to do this class, and I'm now going to be able to create whatever the hell I want in my life. And it goes right along again with what you said, consistency. You will change your life. Your everything that you want will come to fruition if you are consistent in changing your body.
Yeah.
From the state that it is now, the mindset and the perceptional set it has now, to when you have released and you've let loose of this chronic tension, this fossilized tension in your muscles of emotion. Mm-hmm. And as that releases, then your body will follow.
Yes.
And it's hard work. I'm not gonna lie. It's the most gratifying, rewarding work I think you'll ever have.
I think it's safe to say, that in my early stages of Reichian Breathwork, it is transformative. It is hard work. You have to be committed to to your cause. You have to be consistent above anything else.
And ready to change.
Yeah,
not afraid of change.
Yeah, just like with addiction, you have to be ready to change. You can't. No one's gonna. Yeah, you can get dropped off at detox and blah blah blah, but if you're not ready for it, it's not gonna last.
No.
You have to want it. And it's scary. For me, it's been eye-opening, and it's new, and that's what I mean by scary. It's so new for me.
I'm glad that you said that, because again, the Breathe Health Center was created as an oasis for people who are all going through similar journeys.
Very transitional.
It's a similar
very
journey.
Transformative.
You walk in here, you are not going to walk out the same person. You will transform in here. It happens. And then as you go through this breathwork, you have a community of people who are going through breathwork, who are experiencing this.
Yes. Yeah.
People that you can talk to and say, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Why today am I hurting when yesterday I was totally fine, and now I'm like right here, it fucking kills. What's going on? Yeah. It's scary, and with that comes irritation and fear, and
I think it's also safe. It's also safe to say that one's journey, it's not a one size fits all. You are doing breath work in a similar fashion, like there's a formula to it, but it's not. My experience is going to be 100% different than somebody who even had a similar upbringing to my childhood.
Absolutely.
It's completely different.
Absolutely.
And you can't sit down and have a conversation with somebody and expect them to fully understand your transformation. It just is, and accepting that is part of the journey too. Just accepting somebody else for like what they're bringing to the table or what they're going through.
Right.
Yeah. It's not a one size fits all. It's not a cookie cutter experience.
No,
it brings up a lot of shit, and you gotta breathe through it and let it the fuck go.
Yep. And it's exceptionally rewarding.
It is so rewarding, and it's probably the biggest gift I've ever given to myself.
That's
and
a
I
wonderful
feel,
thing to say.
it's true. It is
That's
the
really
biggest gift.
Good.
Yeah. And I was talking to a friend the other day about, you know, I'm doing this for that, I'm doing this for that. And he was like, you're doing it for you though, right? And it's like, whoa, yeah, I am.
Right.
Actually, at the end of the day, I'm doing this for me.
It's all about you.
It is all about me, and
Right.
I'm unlocking my authenticity to its deepest core.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's true embodiment. I hear that a lot.
Oh, that's
like
a
the
really
word
good way
that's
to
going
put it.
around, embodiment. And I hear that more in the psychotherapeutic realm with the talk therapy. And I say, how do you embody when you're not in your body?
Yeah.
So you got to feel it. And the Reichian breathwork is true embodiment.
It really is.
You're going to, and you can't, you know, I can talk my way out of a paper bag. I can convince somebody of whatever I want to convince them of. You know, I know you can do the same thing.
Yeah, I have.
But if I'm lying there and I'm breathing, I can't hide from the therapist. I can't hide from that feeling.
You can't hide.
You have to just embrace it and just jump in and breathe through it, experience, as I like to say, embrace the suck,
Yeah.
and you get out on the other side.
Yeah.
Unscathed.
I remember my first group session, and this is why I moved into private sessions, because I saw myself hiding from me. I knew that I was hiding from the work.
Right.
And I knew that I was going to be wasting the therapist's time, wasting my own time, and wasting energy if I continued in group therapy and group Reichian breathwork. And I was able to hide, even though I cried my eyes out, like the hardest I have ever cried outside my own house. Like, it was so moving, and it was amazing, and it opened up so much for me. And at the same time, I still knew that little part in me was still hiding. There was some stuff to be uncovered there.
And that's amazing that you were able to see it and then make that switch. You consciously.
It took me a year.
You
so
did
know.
it.
It took me a year, just to give you context.
No judgment. You did it.
Thank you. I did it. I spearheaded
You're
it.
doing it.
Yeah.
And
I'm in the middle of it.
And your
actually.
life is changing
For the better.
for an
Exponentially better.
exponentially.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I see that every patient I have ever worked with, their lives change
Yeah.
for the better for them.
Yeah. You
You
really
know?
are unlocking your potential to its deepest meaning.
Absolutely.
To the deepest core.
And we are unbelievably powerful creatures.
Yes.
You are the most powerful creator, manifester of your own life. You really, truly are. And we've been led to believe that you're weak.
Yeah.
That you are incapable of taking care of yourself. You're incapable of healing, and that's absolutely not true.
And that's just not, if you're
That's absolutely
relating it to parental stuff, it's not only parental,
No.
it's societal.
Oh,
You're
God, yes.
getting it from all angles. So of course it's going to be hard to break the narrative of what you're being told from your parents, what you're being told from society and your friends and your circle and this and that. Of course you're going to realize, yeah, maybe I can't hang out with this person anymore. I don't relate with that person. Or I'm outgrowing them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
When you're going through this work, it's like you're actually changing your vibration from being low to being high. And if you have people in your life that aren't going with you and growing with you, you're going to see some big changes happening. Or that person that you've had in your life for 12 plus years, or your childhood friend or whatever, they're not growing with you, and then
you don't want to be around them.
You don't want to be around him. It's totally normal for your life to change drastically when you're going through this, and for the better, I must say. It's not like you're shedding skin. You're shedding the armor.
Layer by layer. It's like an onion. It's like peeling an onion, layer by layer by layer, to get down into the core.
And it does get stinkier,
And
it also gets more delicious.
It's exactly.
It really does.
Exactly.
As a person who loves
Stinkier and
onions,
more delicious. I love it.
Yes, true.
Yes.
Is there any other misconceptions about breath work, or that you want to go over?
Absolutely. Or, well, let me rephrase this. Reichian breathwork. The breathwork in which I do is, it's not, you don't count, you're not in your head, you're not in through the nose and out through the mouth and da, da, da. It is.
That's a very elegant way, breathwork style breathwork.
That's breath vacation.
That is breath
This is
vacation.
breath work. You're gonna get in there, and we're going to balance the parasympathetic breath with the sympathetic breath, and vice versa, however which way you want to look at it. And we're going to jump through the breath. We're gonna see where you're holding, where there's tension, where you need to breathe into.
Yeah.
And that, even in group, we can do that.
Yeah.
You know, but that's a huge misconception, is that you're just gonna come in here and you're gonna breathe and it's gonna be, I'm gonna meditate, and you're not.
That's fluffy stuff.
It's fluff.
That's fluffy stuff
this is
compared
work.
to this.
This is work.
Yes.
And this is rewarding, hardcore work.
Yeah.
And I
Good.
think on that is really,
That's it.
to say now.
Yeah. For now.
All right.
For now.
So,
Thanks
yeah.
for joining us.
thank you so much.
I hope you got something from this, and I hope this unlocked some things in you that you maybe want to change in your life, and you want to grow and be in your potential, live your potential to its fullest.
Live your potential, live your cure.
Live your cure. Yes.
That's what it is, living your cure. Thank you. And Breathe Health Center and Services is here for all of your needs for chiropractic,
Downtown Berkeley.
massage, breath work, you name it. We have aesthetic therapies. Give us a call.
Yes. Visit the website, breathehealthcenterandservices.com. Reach out to Dr. Mia Curcuruto herself. We'd be so lucky to have a conversation with her.
Thank
Bye
you.
for now.
Bye-bye.